Welcome back to the Roller Coaster Diaries, the podcast where life's twists and turns and ups and downs, the loops are laid to bear, one ride at a time. I'm your host, Frieza Scorers, and if you thought our last episode was a roller coaster, buckle up because today's episode is a hit. It will make the last one look like a kiddie ride. Yes, stay tuned with the very old young man with wisdom, Freezer Scorers. It's the roller coaster diary. So grab your drink, more fire maybe, because you're gonna need the energy. And some bubble wrap to pop along with me, and let's dive in. Well, folks, today's episode is all about that unexpected visitor. And trust me, it's a story you won't believe. Now, Lewu and I hadn't spoken in a while for the past 3 years since my wife and I had been in separation. He had offered to help by giving my wife a job in his company as it was expanding to Cape Town as well. From then on, I heard he was living it up in some vineyard in Stellenbosch. So what was he doing in my dingy place, Mkukwini, a place of shacks, while he's looking like he just stepped out of a GQ magazine photo shoot? He smiled at me and said, "Hey man, long time no see, can I come in?" I was too shocked to say no, so I let him in. And that's when things got interesting. We sat down and Lewu got straight to the point. I heard about the business, man, the bubble popping thing, and the divorce. I think I can help, man. That's what he said, and as he said that, I felt a pinch of pain on my stomach. He went on and said, "I would like to help you as well." I was skeptical, to say the least. How could Lewu help, and why now? Why me out of all the people? And then he dropped the bombshell. "My company is venturing on a new project," he said. "A social media centered around stress relief, and I want you to be the face of it." "Think about it," he said. "You're the bubble wrap popping king. People know you. They know your story. They've seen your videos. You are relatable. And most of all, you've been through hell and back." I laughed. I mean, me, a face of a social media platform. Come on, man. But Lewu was serious. That's the kind of story people connect with. I didn't know what to say. On the other hand, if it was an opportunity, I would have to go with him to Cape Town if I took the offer. Before I could answer, Lewu handed me a folder and a little envelope. "Take a look at this," he said. "It's the business plan. Think it over. We leave end of the week. That's your plane ticket." I looked at the ticket. It said SA 323 to Cape Town. My life was really about to change. It sounded crazy. My estranged wife was in Cape Town. Maybe it was a chance for us to rekindle, a chance for me to turn my life around again. But was I ready to take that leap again? I spent the next few days poring over the business plan. It was failure, really solid. And then there was Sarah. What would she think if she saw me back on the spotlight again? Lewu agreed to my terms and conditions. And just like that, I was back in the game, on my way tomorrow morning to Cape Town. I couldn't make this decision alone. I needed advice. I needed perspective. And that's when I decided to reach out. To Claire, our friend lawyer, when we were still a happy family with my wife. She had relocated to Cape Town to be with her dad. Her dad, who was getting old and frail, a very grounded Afrikaner man though. Mr. Kukemo, a very interesting character as well. I also reached out to my uncle Willie. He had always been a practical man, and I think my fella with the bubble wrap Popping King really disappointed. But when I called him and told him about Lebu's offer, he surprised me. Mshana, life is about taking risks. You took a risk before and it didn't work out, and that doesn't mean you stop taking risks. It means you learn from them, and if this opportunity feels right, then go for it. Do it because it's what you want, not to prove anything to anyone else. He was like, do it for the right reasons. And these words hit hard. He was right. I'd focused on proving myself, on redeeming myself, that I not lost focus of what really was going on, lost focus of what really mattered. So I made my decision. I called Levo and told him I was in, but I had one request. But I had one condition. No gimmicks, no personas, no funny stories, just me. Just me sharing my story, my journeys, my journey to rebuild my life. Well, that's what I thought. Lebu agreed to my terms and conditions. And just like that, I was back in the game. On my way tomorrow morning to Cape Town. But here is where things get crazy. Now that I had signed a contract with Lebu's company, I had to temporarily crash at Lebu's place until at the end of the month when I can manage to pay for my own accommodation. As we got to Lebu's house, just when after I met Mpumi, Lebu's wife, there she was in the kitchen. She stood there looking as beautiful as ever. But there was something in her eyes, something I hadn't seen in a long time. We greeted, and apparently Lebu had already told her about the project, so she wasn't surprised to see me. I was stunned to see all this. Was this our chance to get back together? The story, but I'll save the story for our next episode. So until then, remember this. Life is full of twists and turns and up and downs, loop the loops, and together with unexpected visitors, some bring challenges, some bring opportunities, but all of them bring lessons, and it's up to us to decide what we do with them. Please press that notification button, follow the channel so that you don't miss out on the juicy stories that are still coming on this roller coaster ride. With me, your host, Freezer Chorus. Until next time, keep rolling.